What's a question you wish you knew the answer to?
Um, I think this is gonna be kind of cliche, but I want to know what the fuck happened to our dad. How the fuck did he die?
Nah,
That's
I
just
was just talking about that with Stacy,
yo.
and
That's
it's a
just
you're
fucking
into that crime shit.
murder mystery, dude.
That's literally he was here for a week, got
He were
married.
married for one day and ended up fucking dead. And it took them 6 months to do an autopsy just to tell us he had a heart attack. If he had a heart attack, why would it take 6 months? Shouldn't you be able to figure that out like right then and there?
Well,
It was fucking
did
foul
she get
play to the
anything?
oh my god, she got his house. He had a house. But so he bought the house. He paid cash for his house. It was like a little rancher, I think like mom's, like 1,400 square feet. Had 5 acres of land in North Carolina.
We
Um,
should have kept that shit,
that's what
man.
I'm saying. But the only thing is that, so we were all young. We weren't represented from a lawyer. We were grieving, first off. There's a lot to process. Me and Chris we had to drive 11 hours to get there or something. So basically, it was foul play as hell because our Uncle Paul was like whispering like into all of our ears. It's like, oh, he was talking to Dad's new wife. Mind you, she was the same age as Michael. She was like fucking 30. He was pushing fucking 60. That's already shady as it is. But no, he basically pitted us against each other, against the wife. And then he was like, oh, I'll set up the funeral, blah, blah, blah. And then you know what he did? He fucking robbed Dad's house, took all his guns, took all his valuables, and then fucking dipped. We never seen him again. And then that one, his wife, she had family in Texas or
Philippines.
something.
He was something about Filipinos, dude.
I don't know, but she had Americanized family who she called and was like, this is the situation. They lawyered the fuck up. They got her a lawyer, and she basically, dad is kind of dumb because he ran out of money. He pulled from his retirement early. He bought that house cash
He
to
wasn't
cover.
financially
But you know what
smart,
he
I
did?
guess.
He ran out of money, and he had only been retired for like 2 years. So he took out a lien against his house. So he basically had to pay, I think it was like 50 grand or 70 grand or something against the house. So he was making monthly payments on that like loan. I think it's like an equity loan or something. So basically, if we wanted to keep the house, we would have had to pay that basically like, I think it was like, I don't know, 400,
Couple
$400. Yeah.
$100.
Mind you, this is when I was working at fucking Walmart, fucking making $8 an hour. Like, I wasn't, and plus,
Well, in hindsight, we could have just rented it out.
exactly. That's what Michael lived the closest. He could have fucking hired a property man. We would have made money back, or one of us could have lived there. A $400 mortgage to live there, I would have done that. I would have fucking moved. Like, shit. But either way, and then this was also when you had a little sea monkeys in the oven, like you had that side conversation. I saw y'all whispering. You're like, if I'm pregnant, what's pregnant? But not so. She ended up. They sold the house for positive equity, paid off that equity loan, and the property became hers. Like she got 100% of that because the marriage laws in North Carolina isn't
After a
favoring
day
the
of
South.
marriage.
Yeah, for a day. And then she also got whatever was in his bank account. She basically got all his assets.
But he didn't really have much.
He had the fucking loan in his bank. So instead of her taking his bank account and then just paying off that loan and keeping the house, she used the profits from the house to pay off the loan. Plus, she kept what was in the bank because
So whatever
he had just
profits.
signed on that loan, so he still had that cash in his bank account. If that makes any sense.
But it's a loan. It's not real
Oh my god,
asset.
it is money. It is cash. When you get a loan,
It's
it's
like a
literally
credit.
cash. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a HELOC.
You have
It
to
was.
pay it back. You have to pay back loans.
Oh my god, it was cash though. Like it wasn't a line of credit. It was an actual like lump sum, like cash a check loan. If that makes any sense. Because
You still have to pay it back, though.
that's what I'm saying. So basically, she still had that money in the bank, and she paid it back with the sale of the house. So
And
she
then
kept
kept
that part.
extra.
Yeah, she kept the cash and she kept the,
And that
extra.
was it. That was
Yeah,
worth the death.
and then whatever proper I don't know, they sold like, they literally
That was worth poisoning his shit. No, I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
that's the thing. The whole fucking scenario was so strange.
What do you think? You listen to crime shit all the time.
I think he was fucking poisoned. She was like, "I never seen him take medicine. That man was a severe diabetic. I know he took his medicine." She's like, I don't see him taking any medicine." So he
Were you
did
there?
not.
Did you ever meet her?
Yeah. Stacy and mom were playing fucking kumbaya with her and all boo-hooing, and I'm like, "I don't trust you, bitch," or, "I don't know you." But either way, and then also so what, like which mind you, I'm not gonna do that to my family when I die. I'm gonna have a freaking plan. I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna have a will. Um, but we got like what 700-800 bucks between us four. That was our inheritance.
1,000, but
Heartache and like 800 bucks. Like I know you didn't have that much of a relationship with dad, so it didn't like we all processed it different. I still think about it to this day. I'm like, we have some good moments, like, but no, it's like because as far as I know, she ran away back to the Philippines after she got her money. And then as of now, she's remarried to another American guy and she lives like in fucking Colorado or something. So it's like, damn, like, I don't know. It just seems so fucking fishy to me. And it's just a question where it's like, if I could fucking like Ouija board dad and be like, damn, what happened? Like, I know we can't change it, but it's like, at least have that closure of like, could we have done more? Should we have fought like the police department to like investigate? Cause it's like none of that shit made sense. It's like she tried to say he took like a fucking Viagra or something and it fucked his heart up. I don't like the warnings where it's like if you have a boner more than 4 hours, call the doctor. Would he have blood flow like too much down there? Like I don't know. But essentially it's like I know there was somewhat of a language barrier, but if he was dying, if he was having an active heart attack, why would he hop in the car,
call
drive
911.
himself, and then apparently he died before the impact. They ran into a
Didn't
house.
he crash into a house?
Yeah, he crashed into a
That's
house.
like some movie shit.
That's what I'm saying. So basically, they ruled that he died prior to the impact.
Yeah.
And then she jumped out the window. So she
The
just had
fuck?
like she had some scratches on her face, but she was fucking perfectly fine. And I'm like, "Why didn't you just call 911? There's a language barrier, but if he was able to hop in a car and start driving, he couldn't hand her his phone and dial 911 and have her, like, talk?" Like,
Some people just don't. They
that's
don't
why
know.
it's fucking fishy. And then his brother robbed his house after he coached us and was like, "Yo, he was like, "My brother wants to be buried next to mom," like, cause I guess that, our grandma has, like, a plot down there. He was like, he wants to be buried next to mom, and then he didn't even show up to the funeral. He fucking, like, ran away.
He just had
No one's
some
about to be
sketchy.
there.
Dad's whole side was just
It's a mystery.
never knew him.
That's
Never
why
knew any of his side.
I was telling Chris, cause dad did, like, 21, 22 years in the military. I was telling Chris, I was like, "I don't even know about his service." It's like, was he in a war? Like, I think he might have been in the Gulf War. He got out
Well, if he
before
joined when he was like
time.
20,
Yeah, in the
like
80s.
let's say if you joined when you were 20
He might have served Gulf War. He did a lot of that Southeast Asian
in the
countries.
Cold War,
Mom
or that
mom
shit,
swears to God that dad probably has some kinda, love
kids,
child in Thailand or
probably,
military. You've been in the military, you know that lifestyle. That
probably.
when you get to port after you've been on like, you haven't seen the light of day and, like, fucking
Yeah, you just
just
pay
struggle.
them out.
Yeah, so imagine how many fucking illegitimate kids are out there. We probably have an Asian
Most of them are smart
household
though. They have like the plant, yeah, and they have like a whole
Airbnb.
stock. They have a Costco
But
size fucking stock of that shit.
that's literally the biggest questions. It's like I would have liked to known more about dad, the way he passed, but also his whole life because that's half of us, you know what I mean? Like we know so much about the Philippines like our Filipino family. we probably know too much. Like, I don't need to
Yeah, I
know
wish I did know, like, her
our
grandfather
roots and
or,
stuff. Yeah. Well,
grandma,
because
yeah.
like we were always told, it's like, hey, I was always under the impression that dad's side had like Native American. That's bullshit. I did the DNA
Nah,
in me.
we
Like,
both did.
we have more fucking British,
British,
UK,
UK,
Irish.
yeah.
That's why my daughter, when she was born, she had fucking red hair. Like, I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, so just like I would like to know more, but I wouldn't even know where to start. Cause like who do we reach out to? One of the brothers is MIA. He's a fucking like drifter.
Like a
Okay.
fugitive.
Yeah. You know the Beavis and Butthead, the movie where they see their parents, their dads? That's literally one of our uncles, this fucking
I
drifter.
don't remember that one.
The fucking
I
one with
think
the
I
turtle.
did.
Vegas, the Do America.
And they, like, look the same. It's like,
Mhm.
"What the hell?"
Nah, so that's the one uncle, and then the other uncle is, like, he fucking disappeared from the face of the earth because I think he knows more than he has something to do with it. I think they put some kind of fucking poison, like Breaking Bad, that one, little drop of grain of rice that could kill somebody, but be undetectable. Who knows? He probably had a meth lab down there, shit. The South is fucking, like, the difference between, like, a southern redneck and, like, the ghetto? It's like, I would rather be in the ghetto than a fucking, like, down south, like, you heard of that, like, Florida man? They're always fucking, like, meth labs and shit, no, but